Alrighty, everybody, welcome guys. Got a fun little project tonight. Sort of more spur of the moment kind of thing. But glad everyone could be here. There's a little bit going on. It was kind of a plan to do a different kind of stream tonight, and things just kind of changed up. And I thought, well, hey, I got a lot of keyboards. I might as well work on one of the many. So this is where we are. So give me a few just to make sure I'm really set up. Spelunk, what's going on? Glad to have you here. Hey.
Smoke weed every day.
The Cricket, what's going on? What's going on? Just making sure I am all set up. Hoping my sound is all right. Hoping I didn't forget anything I was supposed to do before I got here. Oh, you know, am I at 30? I am. Okay. Cool. I think we've got everything. I think we've got just about everything, so long as my sound is good. Hey, Frank. How's it going? So, fixing a friend's keyboard just built. Oh. Ooh. Well then. That's a fun one. Okay, so I'll just get right into it because I want to make sure that I don't take super long. But this is the board we have here. For those who may not have seen this before, this is a BMEK. It is an HHKB Alice style keyboard. But the interesting thing here is this is an out of group buy unit. This was made not from, there were some public files, and someone else had it sort of reproduced with permission, of course, and I was able to sort of purchase this unit from that second seller, and this is where we've landed. Yesterday we did some Mauve switches, so we're just gonna get that. Oh my god, is that an ant? That's like a little silverfish. You guys see that? All right, let's move this out of the way and make sure that this whole thing is safe. That's a funny way to start this. All right. Yep. Okay. It appears to have exited this box. All right. I've got it on this paper towel. Let's see if I could free it out on the balcony. Wow. What a start. Okay. Well, I hope it enjoys its new outdoor life. The Cricket, I got it all desoldered and cleaned up. Now I'm lubing up some switches for him. Right on. Cool. All right. Well, over here on my end, I think where we'll get to starting is putting together some stabilizers, huh? Looking for my brushes. Some BDZ. Oh, Spelunk. Redeem that package opening. So might as well get to it. right here. So, what's the difference between this keyboard and others? I mean, obviously it's a different kind of keyboard. Okay, here's what we got. This is a like post-it note tape. It's like a roll. Yeah. There we go. These are like rolls of post-its. You just kind of like peel it off. I guess they also got a little razor edge. Been meaning to restock on this. Okay. So what's the difference? Like, what is the actual logistical difference in this keyboard? Obviously, the keyboard layout is different, and obviously it is a different board. But I guess one thing to note is that in an Alice board, no 7U spacebar, and in its place we have two unit space or like stabilizers. So, what is this? Typically we do lubing 3 stabilizer parts, but this time we are doing 4. So pull all these guys out. So we'll go clear. Clear makes sense. Alrighty. This is a cool thing about Alice boards, is that like you buy these like stabilizer sets, and like I always have extras because I always run you know, typical like regular 60s. So what's cool about this is that like I can use an extra one of these 2 unit ones and reclaim you know, one of my 7U spacebar. So it's just like, it's just all around like a nice thing. So this will be 1. I think that should be just about it. It's real good. Real good. They're all 2 unit, so it's shorter. Less likely to have like weird issues with the warping of the wires. So we're gonna need probably these 2 little packets. This has just about 8. So we need like what? How many do we need? 2 4s. Oh, am I missing some? I think I just pulled 2 back foolishly. Wait a second, it came from this one. Foolishly pulled back 2. That's my bad. So we have 8 screws that we need. So we'll bring out all these guys for when we start screwing these into the PCBs. Alrighty. Let me go grab that little jewel grabber. A couple of them. Alrighty. go do something like this. Speed run. I'm gonna try to speed run it tonight. How does that sound to y'all? A little speed run. Speedrunning stabilizer sounds like a bad idea. I'm gonna speedrun the board. I'm gonna try my best here. But what we're gonna do is try to not stall as much as we typically do. I got a super late start today, so super late. How's your day today? It was good. I mean, it was like a chill-ish, normal-ish day. Yeah, just got caught up after work. What's there to say? I was supposed to be doing a little doodle stream with Andrew, but you know he was unavailable, so we'll get to it next week. But otherwise, just kind of going through the motions of everything after the day. A couple NBA games on, so I was catching that. Got a workout in, which is rare. Went to go get a couple slices a couple blocks away. Was trying to see if there were just other little tasks that I wanted to do or take care of with my time. But didn't quite get to them. So just to really point it out, I was trying to submit my new emotes, but I'm just like, I was recalling that the process is like slightly more annoying than I wanted it to be, so some work to take care of, just a little bit of work, and not enough work that I wanted, or like it was too much work for me to want to do it tonight and then still want to stream. But I still wanted to stream. More emotes, yes. I was debating. So what actually did take a little bit longer was once I decided to still stream tonight. I was trying to figure out exactly what to stream too. So I had a number of options, and I was trying to think like which one's the best. Decided on this one. I feel like this one's like, how do I put it? There are some. This one was kind of the most OP option because I feel like this, of the remaining unbuilt boards that I kind of have, This one is definitely like a way sexier option than some of the others. I personally think, at least. Trying to stall. Yeah. Splunkpunk, I'm not sure if you actually got to see it. Maybe I've already promoted this several times. I have in the last couple days, but if you haven't already seen it, feel free to check out my collection command to see the list of unbuilt keyboards that I have. Now, you can see that there's like 11 of them. I have 11 unbuilt keyboards in my possession. There's just a couple of issues with some of the other ones that aren't this one. Yeah, I recently relaunched my personal website, and I decided to add some extra stuff, a lot of the different stuff that I do, as well as my like collection of keyboards being one of those things that I do. So, geez, I could probably just look at it one by one and say, hey, here's some issues I have with some of these other builds. The Elixir Xi Acrylic and the Duck Eagle are layouts that I don't particularly desire. The Duck Eagle also being one that I've shown, broke down on stream, and just haven't rebuilt yet. Elixir Xi, also another one of these undesirable kind of layouts. Give me a sec. So that one's just like way down the priority list for me personally. The hammer works as an interesting one. I'm trying to do that as an Alps build. That's what you see right there, even though it looks built. It's in plans to be unbuilt and then rebuilt. People have been kind of disappointing me on this whole plate situation. Trying to get a proper Alps plate for that board. But I actually did reach back out to Pinocchio and replaced another order that they've kind of messed up for me on. That was just today. So this is going to be like a couple weeks before I'm going to get to like even see this as an option. Otherwise, like the walnut tray custom, the ink plastic custom, even the Sirius are all ones that I want to do Alps builds in them. But there's kind of a bit to them, and I've also just been doing a lot of Alps builds lately. So I decided, nah. The Switch Couture ET60, I want to throw in some clear switches into them. Ada's still working on some of the Aqua Kings, so we're gonna eventually get those in. To Cricket, your site looks good. I appreciate that. Yeah, the Alps Sirius build is like I haven't gotten to it quite yet, because I think the eventual key there is one, I still need the Alps plate, which I only just placed the order today. Excuse me, so I've been like slow on that. Yeah, I mean that's kind of it. Another thing is that like for the plate itself, I'm using cherry stabilizers on them. So the plan eventually is to run like Nexus Alps sliders on them. But in terms of boards and like switches that I have right now, I don't have enough for a full board if I want to retain like non-Nexus Alps stems on them, because I'm planning on throwing my brown, my blue, and my green Alps into other boards without doing the MX stem swap. So not quite ready. I feel like that one's definitely a longer term one. And again, like I mentioned already, even if I did have it ready, I've been doing a lot of Alps builds, and I feel like trying to satisfy sort of this balanced MX itch. So what else did I have? The ET60, waiting on some clear. clear stuff. Are all the photos on the site developed for film? Yes. Yes. In part because, I mean, that's kind of like, I guess, just the aesthetic I wanted to go for, I was aiming for. But two is a couple weeks back, we did a little photo shooting stream just because I wanted to burn some film so that I could get a full tank to develop. So it's like, it just all kind of worked out that way. Like, hey, get these photos on film. They'll look nice. They'll look a little bit different than I think the photos that people typically shoot. And then two birds, one stone. We filled the tank. Definitely hyped for a lot of Alps build. I've been designing an AK-60 that I plan to have SLS printed. What does SLS stand for? Curious about that. The AK-60 that I've been working on is like, it's just a simple tray mount. But yeah, like I've been trying to do an HHKB like build with like the AEK design in mind. It's definitely weird and it's definitely fun. So I'm excited to see what you come up with, what you have to do. Selective laser sintering. Oh, right on. So is that just like, you know, laser cut plates that like, how different is that, or if is it the same thing as just like going to like a laser cutter like Panoco or something? Almost through these parts. Basically another form of 3D printing. Oh, this is to manufacture. Oh, you're trying to do a case. Okay, right on. Right on. Sick. That's gonna be so sick. Wow. That's gonna be cool. Speed running. I'll make sure to post pics in the Discord once it's ready. Might not be for a while though. Right on. Yeah, I know these things take time for sure. It's like I knew when I've been planning on like all these Alps builds, like they're not gonna be super quick by any stretch. It's like, I mean, little holdups like this whole Panoco, this little Panoco thing I got going on. I was explaining it last night on stream. I was doing some JWK Mauve switch tuning last night, and I was explaining the whole thing. Basically, Panoco kind of messed up one of my 4 plates that I had printed, and it was the exact one that I wanted for the hammer. Which was the next build I wanted to actually do. And so they said they gave me credit. I was already supposed to have some extra credit in my account too. But it just wasn't showing up. And I was trying to reach out to them for like the last week and a half. And it took like kind of a lot of just sort of raising the flag, kind of almost complaining like, hey, where's my credit? Hey, where's my credit? And finally just pretty much came in today. So I just replaced the order. All the stuff was already in my cart. Just waiting for them to like give me some of this credit. So a couple weeks delayed on it, but that's how it is. All right. All set with the 205. Now I got some XHT BDZ to throw on here and get really, really messy. So let's go and do that. Take my handy little blue brush. I always use this blue brush for the BDZ wires. What else did I have on the queue? I have that Brutal 60, which is mega scuffed. The Allopow is also, you know, a prospective Alps build in the future. The BMEK is the one that I've chosen now. Excuse me. And the PH60, I was debating on the PH60, one of the most recent boards that I bought aftermarket in my possession. The problem with that one is that, like, as it turns out, the only current 60% PCB that I have on hand available is a hot swap. Not that a hot swap is bad or anything, but it's just like, I don't know that that was the build I necessarily wanted to put into the PH60. So that's that. There was one other option too, which was the current Alps builds that I have, which include the Hammerworks. You know, that blue Alps, or like that blue cased board that has the brown Alps in it. I wanted to switch that to blue Alps, so I need to harvest that out of the Hammerworks. So I was thinking of doing like a speed run of the like switch swapping process, but I just like opted against that again because I don't know if I feel like I've been doing a lot of Alps, and I feel like just try to space it out a little bit. All right, slowly throw it in there. Up, damn. I often tend to blow this. Like the insertion process. I often tend to blow it, and then it gets like super crazy messy. So it's not supposed to just go under, is it? It's supposed to like go through this back end. Like, I just feel like I'll blow it, and then I don't know how much lube kind of gets lost in places it's not supposed to. Taupe ray modding stream would be pretty cool too. Okay. I've never really modded taupe ray. Okay, come on. All right. So why am I blowing this so badly? And why do I tend to blow this so badly? I need like a model. Oh my god, I just got it. Well, let's just hope that that works out. Because sometimes just gotta be a little more forceful than I am. I think this is kind of like what I find is challenging about Durock V2 is, I mean, I guess it's supposed to be secure, but I think sometimes even just during the little insertion process there, I get like a little bit flustered when doing it, especially knowing that BDZ is pretty damn messy. Might just be me, or would I really enjoy the Alps builds? Okay. Maybe I should like... It's not necessarily that I need to space them out. but just do the builds as I feel. Which I guess makes a lot of sense. I think it's just another part of me just also wants to make sure I stay fresh with like the different types of builds I do. Alright. Let's try not to blow this one. There goes nothing. Oh my god, it's getting everywhere. Oh my god, it's everywhere. Oh boy. There we go. Oh my gosh. Some A+ stabilizer work right here. And this is why I love personal builds. Because it's like, I shudder to think like, oh my god, this guy, like people who like come to me for work and be like, oh man, look at this whole thing. I think it wouldn't hurt to like, you know, continue using 205 grade 0 on stabilizers. But you know, I actually bought a 205 grade 0 syringe, knowing that like, hey, if I need to sort of redo the stabilizers while it's like already sitting in, I can just shoot it in and even like mix it with BDZ. Like I have heard that that is an okay thing to do. In which case, I mean, having this like thick BDZ base, which is very toothpaste-like, adjusted with some 205 grade 0 is like not terrible of an idea. Oh my god, so simple. That one was way, way simpler. Yo, Scotterpop. What's going on? Thank you for that big old raid. Party of 9. More like party of fine. It's fine evening we're having here. Aki Samara, welcome to the stream. Guys, we're doing a little build. Trying our best to speedrun it. But we are 40 minutes in and I'm still working on stabilizers. HHKB Alice. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, I'm getting better. Getting better. It's just like sometimes plugging in the wires into Durock V2 is just challenging. Just is. Ooh. This big old slab. I know nothing about keyboards. Very fascinating to watch, and I may one day learn. Right on. Had the same problems with my C3s. I see. I see. Yeah, guys, welcome. Scotterpop, I hope you had a great stream. Keyboard build, I'm guessing. What were you up to? Yes, Aki, welcome, welcome. I'm getting myself struggling again. Just get in there. Come on. There we go. Nice. Play some Valorant? Right on. Do keyboard stuff off stream? Okay, okay. Right on, right on. Been doing my toes in it for months. Never really like getting into it. I'm just looking at the window. Hey, it's cool. It's cool. Gotta do what you gotta do. Me, I suggest. I suggest it. It's like, oh, it's a cool, fun little thing. Nice little wallet burner. If you're into that. Tattoos look cool. Stuff I'm super into. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. Alright, let's try it. Let's try it again. Let's try it again. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Keyboard is expensive for sure. I'll get there eventually. Yeah. No rush. No rush at all. Akismara, thank you for the follow, by the way. And also Scotterpop. Shouts out to Scotterpop for that big ol' raid. I don't have stream alerts set up, as I usually say. I've been meaning to get them set up for the last 2 years, and I still don't. But appreciate it nonetheless. We'll get them up soon, whenever it may be, whenever we learn how to do it. I really want to be able to like learn how to actually access the you know, come on, get in there. There we go. I want to learn how to do it like programmatically. I know that like there's a lot of sort of extensions and things out there, but there's stuff that I'm specifically trying to think of doing. That I'm sure with like enough effort you can figure out how to do with stuff that exists, but if I'm gonna extend that much effort, I might as well try to learn how to do it myself. And it's just an excuse for me to just want to put together some kind of a new project. Last one. Let's get it. No. No. Come on, there. There we go. All right. So, BDZ. Always a great mess. Always a great mess, but we got through it. And we didn't even hit the hour mark yet. Fantastic. Try to make sure I'm cleaned up. Alrighty. Let's get this out of the way. And let's check out what we got. So this is the board. I want the PCB. We're actually gonna need to do I need to do a few things here. First, let's try to clean out this brush inside of here. Okay. A couple of things we're gonna have to sort of look to do and take care of. Number one, I'm gonna take the actual case here, and I think an important part is I'm gonna have to, excuse me, take the plate out. So I gotta find my little toolkit. I fixed it. There we go. See, I'll re-raise this so it ain't so dark. Alrighty. Bit do we use? This one a little smaller. That seems right. Seems. Lefty loosey. On all these guys. Speed running. Question is, y'all think we could finish by 2 a.m.? I hope so. Oh, that's a heavy boy. Brass weight. Crazy. All right, I'm realizing there's also, I'm guessing, some hardware somewhere. PCB right here. Yep. Okay, those guys are even smaller. Brass plate cut. A lot of people been not as big fans of brass plates nowadays. Not a fan of the stiffness of it. Me, I think it's, you know, it's fine. It's an option. It is an option that exists. Forgot one. Cool. Alrighty. Heavy boy. Brass is so heavy. Alright. So, here's some feet and some extra screws for some. And we'll go and grab one of these here. This here, right here, this PCB. Brass so damn stiff. That's chill. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. Lay that down softly. Okay, so the question is, where do the stabilizers go? Obviously, there are some more obvious ones here, like the shift and the enter. But I think it's always a question of, hey, what what are the spacebar positionings that I want to choose? And I'm not gonna lie, I forget sometimes. I forget what it is that I want. Oh. All right, so because I don't immediately know, I guess I should just Google it. See if they show some layout positions. Slowly letting this series of screenshots open up. All right, so there's, I guess we have the two options. One is to have 2.25U on this side and 2.75U on this side, or just flip it. According to this BMEK situation we got here. I think that it makes more sense for this one to be the longer one because I'm a right thumb spacebar user. So what does that mean? I guess that's the confusing part. It's that I can see that these are the layout options, but what do I do? Is the question. So I guess the idea here is if you put on the left one, the right one here would be in the case that it's shorter, I suppose. And then the right one here would be in the case that it's longer. Let's go with that. Time to use that dank intuition. Let's try it out. Yeah, I mean, the cricket's right. You should just do it. Instead of just me sitting around guessing. It's like the real key is to just do it. Oh, and then we got lube everywhere. Up. Oh, this crazy lube. All right. So, I guess spoilers. My plan is to do something with GMK VoC. It might be use GMK VoC, or it might be possibly drop a bunch of shit down there, steal the little spacebar kit, and then run something else. My question is, does anyone know much about VoC to the extent that, what's my question? Does VoC's, like the cream color, the C in VoC, is the cream match like beige, or is this like a different color? I realize it's probably super overexposed here. But if anyone wants to look that up for me, regardless, I'm just going to open this up. And honestly, I don't know. Not the same as beige. Bummer. Yeah. I may still use it. That's SA. Yeah, there's the GMK variant, which I'm imagining they probably have some similar. But let me know if you come across it. Okay, what are my options again? Gotta throw on some of these switches down. 275U. I realized I did not promo this at all. This was a very spur of the moment. Like, what should I do for a build tonight? I feel like I'd probably throw some promo on Instagram right now or something. What are we seeing? WS4, still not the same, more like a creamy white. Okay, let's take a quick picture. Instagram post now. Give me a second, guys. Ah. Oh my gosh. Okay. It is up. Okay. Let us see. Let's go back to this. 225U. We usually wear these guys. I don't know what is what. I'm not gonna lie. Is this a... Well, I don't know what these sizes are. Liller. Welcome. Oh my gosh. Wow. I mean, thank you for sending that. I guess. I'm trying to get a copyright claimed right now. Okay, so that makes sense. What else we could grab from inside of here? I got like all these kits and I don't know what is what. Is this another cursed caps build? I mean, I guess in a way. In a way. Like, it might be cursed because I don't know. I don't know what the sizing all really is. I realize I also didn't screw any of these in. All right. Separately, what are your guys' thoughts on these little red washer guys? Do you just throw them on for everything, or only when the screw looks like it might be coming into contact with some? That's my question for y'all. I often don't bother with them. Might need it on something like a DZ60, yeah, where there's just like a lot going on. Jesus, every time. If it's shorts, then I blame the designer. We're just gonna do it. I already have them all out. Hey, Alex. Welcome, welcome with a big ol' raid. Party of 38. Hey. Hey, big ol' shouts to a good man, Alex. Hope you've been well, dude. I peeked in a couple times here and there at your stream earlier. Doing some lubing, I guess. Very cool, very cool. Games and Switch is ready for build. Yeah, I was doing that last night too. Trying to come up with what I wanted to do, and then it's just kind of rolled over to tonight. Because I did actually finish the switches. Guys, welcome, welcome. Everybody. Takoya Keys, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. I don't have stream alerts. Been working on them for 2 years. I haven't started. What a magnificent beard. Thank you. Oh, I see. I mean I know what takoyaki is. It's just like the keys. The keys messed me up because I thought it was just keys. The keys messed me up. Coward, welcome. As usual, welcome everybody here. Carne asada fries. All right, couple of last ones here. Also, guys, while it's still fresh. Oh man, there's a lot going on here. While it's still fresh, I just want to make this announcement. I recently relaunched my personal website. I always try to give it a little refresh every now and again. So if anyone is interested in taking a look, you can find the link to it underneath the player in my little bio. Or, yeah, I still haven't set up the website command. You can look at one of the many commands that I have to to actually view some certain pages on there, including my collection. So get the exclamation collection command to find out more information about what keyboards are part of my collection and where they currently are. Concert photos are sick. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. I mean, honestly, it sounds good to me. I guess we just gotta get in a couple of these other keys on here. I see I think this was this is actually all HHKB keys right here in purple, but not for an Alice layout. Oh my goodness, we got a lot of folks in here, huh? A big ol' raid, FE39. Thank you for the follow. Big ol' raid from Alex. Again, shouts out Alex. I gotta hit those shout out commands. Frank, if you're still in here, give Scotter Pop a shout out for his big ol' raid earlier. And Alex as well for his big ol' raid too. Yo, Hex, what's going on? What's going on? Honestly, sounds fine to me. I'm gonna re-raise the lighting up here. See, is that exposed too high? It's probably fine. 90% of the hobby is in California. Hey, we out here. Oh, what I wanted to do was, in addition to checking these, you know, stabilizer wires, I wanted to check these positionings here. I imagine this is fine, but let's go and find out, I guess. Well, that's pretty cool. These LEDs they put. As a California guy, don't be stepping on the Texas toes. There's a lot over there too. All right, what are these keys right here? It's 1.25 and 1U. Very cool. A little more atypical because I'm not typically running 1.25U. My goodness. I guess we'll look out for it here as a super. Gonna run some supers. Question we got is, can we finish this whole thing before 2? I say yes. I say we're making pretty damn good time, but we will see. We will see. Super. I'm just gonna dump all of this nonsense out here. Oh my god. These might not even be the caps that I run. I'll be perfectly honest about that. Ooh, you know what would be a good one is, what is it today? It is the Friday the 28th now. I have some CRP in the pantry. So I could run some CRP if anyone still needs to be convinced to buy. I have Tulip back there. Yeah, I got Tulip back there. I don't have much more to say than that. Where are the one? Oh, here. I need some alts. Here's an alt. Ah, see, that's interesting. This board has this funny thing where, you know, I don't know if he included it. The original group buy board, they had a little thing where, like, I guess you can insert stuff into the little blocker space area. And I guess I was supposed to shift this over one little bit over there. Yeah, so this is actually positioned incorrectly. And that's good that I check now rather than later. Cool, cool. Okay. I see gold and purple. Is this going to be a Laker build? Hey, my guys just won tonight. Pope got hurt. Everyone's getting hurt. That was a real scrappy game tonight. Real scrappy. I'm gonna push this guy out. Pull this guy out. Finally bought into CRP. Come on, man. See, now that, okay, I'm not gonna lie, that is a bit confusing to me. There's like, there's this positioning to shift it closer to the center on this side, which means that you end up getting that little bar there. And I think the point possibly was to have a little guy that you would insert into that that little space, but I'm not certain. I am actually not certain about that. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna pull these guys out, and we'll just find out. We'll just find out how funky this is gonna look. See, and this guy right here is why we're gonna end up taking so long. Ah, I have to pull all this out, huh? Damn. Alrighty. Chamshi. I heard, hey, Kimchi and Chamshi, welcome. Y'all heard CRP. I could throw on some aftermarket CRP R3 onto this board to continue the hype, which renders a lot of me throwing out all of this, this here. My goodness. God damn. We could always try both. Havis, thank you for the follow. CRP probably also doesn't have split space bars. It, what I have, you know, again, probably doesn't. As far as I understand, I did buy it as part of R4, but I only bought one set, which makes me think maybe I should have bought two, so I could have like double convex 275s. But you know, we'll see. We'll see if it's even necessary. I feel like I gotta throw in all of the important keys to this left side here, because I'm just messing up every kit that I have. Alright, so the situation is I need to take all these guys out so I can re-separate the plate from the PCB so that I can shift over this guy 1 unit. Yeah. I had a big old CRP order. I just threw in, what was it? Was it yesterday? It was either yesterday or the day before. Just relocating, yeah. So this guy right here just needs to move over 1 slot. Meanwhile, we just end up getting the BDZ everywhere because that's just how it is. That's it. And then re-screw them back in. Okay, glad I did this. Oh no. Glad that I tested it out. All right. I guess I'll just throw them on these corners at first. Throw down. Throw down. Hope everyone's having a fantastic evening. Good question about ordering switches, if this would be a good time. Or got a question about ordering switches. Yeah, what's going on? I can answer it to the best of my personal ability, but I think maybe some of the folks in here might be even better. Even better. Okay, so there's a little tiny gap. Yin yingin. Chillin', contemplating, like now that I have too many key sets in group by. Hey, welcome to the club. I hate waiting. It's definitely a game of patience. I'm very curious. Does that? I feel like that still doesn't look quite right. It's almost as though my proxy just oversold a cat set, and I wanted an email me to tell me that my order won't be fulfilled. Oh, yo, Chris, what's going on, dude? Welcome back. Damn, am I crazy? This just seemed real gappy. I gotta take a look at some of these pictures. So I think the situation here is that there's really like legitimately supposed to be an insert under this perspective Alice B. So let's take a look. What am I doing? So this B is supposed to sit in here. Ah. And the solution here, I think. Wow, I can't even click this guy in. That's crazy. Ordering some switches soonish. I'm gonna get some U4s at 70 batch. My layout requires 69. Am I cutting too close to your next batch? 90 seems to be too much. Thoughts? Yeah, I would always get like at least 10 extra. I just always do that. Anubis, welcome. How's your night, dude? Ergonomics. What do you once they drop by? Damn, that's crazy, man. That's a crazy situation. All right. So, I'm thinking here. I'm thinking about a couple things. I know this is gonna look very ridiculous, but I'm curious about throwing in 2 different color 275s because I wouldn't say I'm necessarily the biggest fan. Of just how much like leftover space there is on both of these sides. Not the biggest fan. Let's also take this. I'll show you guys what I mean here. So, oh, there's space on both. That's crazy. So, I gotta look for that then. Did he include anything like this? My question. What did he include? What is this giant mess I've laid out on my desk? I just really know, at least before I bamboozle myself, sir, buy my board, please. Still auto, yeah, no problem. Mo's Lib, but I got to side with lavenders for that nylon goodness. I actually have lavenders in my pantry right now. I was debating between doing mauves and lavenders yesterday, and I chose the mauves. So that's what we got going on here. I swear, like I just had stuff like right in front of me, and I immediately misplaced it. There's this little baggie of like feet. Like this? Yes, it is. So, this gentleman included just feet and some extra screws, unfortunately. What I think is supposed to have happened is build's supposed to kind of contain enough to like, you know, or like, am I crazy? Let me check how crazy I am. Yeah, see, so check this out. These holes right here, I mean, they come out so that you can actually put little inserts into them. But what I'm guessing is that the fella who did these from the play files might not have had those little brass pieces like actually created, or little metal pieces, whatever they were going to be made of. That, or I've lost them somewhere. Perhaps that is the case, that I have lost them. Perhaps could it be the case that I threw them away? I hope not. I'd like to maybe believe. Maybe I'll just go and believe that that they were not included. Yeah, I got nothing. I mean, at the end of the day, they're not here. I guess one thing that also makes me curious is this possibility here. So I'll throw in this picture of a render, but I guess I could also throw in pictures of the actual boards. And I think these are like very, very early prototypes. Give me a second. Yo, Toon Man. So this is a picture that's on the group buy thread for the BMEK. Now, what it appears is both of those guys get exposed, which is interesting. What they also have. Damn, is that really supposed to be two 225s or two 275s? Give me a second while I do this. This is what slows us down in the course of a build. Trying to figure out what is really going on here. Sorry, so let me pull this out so y'all can see. Like, I realize I'm looking at something no one here can see, so let's check this out. Y'all can see my bookmarks. All right, y'all can clip that if you want to see my bookmarks that bad. There's a recipe for vegan blueberry muffins. Camera focus is off. Yeah, my bad. Anyways, we got the big, screen anyways. Time for a quick McDonald's run. DJ and Lifestyle not eating it all today. Good luck stream. Hey, appreciate it. Appreciate you dropping by. Thank you for the follow as well. Okay, check this out. Here's a photo where they put in, so one way or another you get a little blocker of some kind, which I don't think was included here, or I've misplaced it. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe I could check the fellas where I bought it from. This guy, I've seen this guy come around Twitch here and there. Reborn one. But let me sort of see. There you go. He says no blocker. Makes sense now. Okay. So with that said, what we got? I still have like a decent level of confusion here because I don't know what size these keys are. Does anyone know? Like right off the bat? All right. So I ain't crazy here. I think that's one problem, is that like I don't have a convex 225 or 275. Maybe that's, Jesus, I just dropped everything. Maybe that's what's been bugging me. Is there such thing as that? Like a convex 275 or 2.75? Like this is actually what's messing me up, I think. Should be a thing. Now, okay. My question then, my follow-up question to that is, was there one included with GMK VoC? Maybe that's why I'm getting all messed up. The spacebar kit. The problem with this spacebar kit, when I look at like novel keys, is that they don't actually list what the sizings are. So did I like lose them? Am I crazy? Just losing keycaps? Is that the new meta? Quick, guys. Let's lose all our keycaps. I found it. Like the idiot I am. It was in another little packet. Oh my god, guys. Can y'all believe this? This is how we don't finish by 2. What a fool I was. Good lord. Okay, so ignoring the you know, my own personal idiocy here. We are situated in the right place now, but I think like I have to move that. I think the one that I just moved. Was it? No, I think I moved the other one. Okay. You guys watch the Eric Andre show? One of the lines I think about a lot is, I think it was from season 4. He's like at the he's at the park and he's like kind of like ruining these guys' games. Oh shit. Fucking, that was not the right side, was it? So he's at the basketball courts and he's like ruining their game because there's like a little like baby car seat on balloons, like just floating across their game. And he just runs through the middle of their game. Says, "Oh my god, my baby's in those balloons." Then he goes into deep thought. In his mind, like his mind's eye, he's telling himself, what a fool I was to put my baby in those balloons. Fucking, that was the right one. I feel like I'm just psyching myself out constantly, over and over again, while doing these stabilizers, while trying to figure out this whole keycap situation. My goodness. At the end of the day, let's face it, I don't think I'm going to use VOC for this. I'm probably just going to go with CRP. At the end of the day. That's part of the process and fun. Whew, not when you're like me trying to speed run this build. Pro speedrunner. I guess another, like just another thought that crosses my mind is, what if I did 2 275s, even though I don't necessarily have matching ones? Is that like too stupid? It's like everything's like one color and then I just have one singular spacebar that's colored differently. That way I don't have this giant empty space. Get the BDZ everywhere yet again. Yet again. So where are we at? I'm now moving these stabilizers into the proper positioning for a 275 key. This one right here is the proper positioning for a 2.25. Then I misplaced a screw. There it is. How badly like miscolored space bars do I want to go? Because I also have PBT Islander. Let me think. What's the move, guys? I'm thinking real hard about what to do. I don't have very much Alice support in hand today. Like, I have a lot in group buy right now. So I'm like kind of trying to figure out like CRP. Oof. What a challenge, right? Am I right? Yeah, this has me stumped. Good luck. I'm gonna go look in the cupboard here. See if I can gather any ideas. Any such ideas. As far as I know, CRP R3 did not come with Alice support, did it? It's like not out the gate, no. Not as far as I can tell. See a couple space bars in here, but they're longer ones, you know, normal ones. How scuffed a build do we want is the question. We've been doing that. All sorts. I would at the very least want 2 matching space bars, but I just don't think that that's possible with what I got. I got some... Bring out the key creative again. And then get 2 different colors of these 2.75 guys here. Part of me is saying fuck it and let's just do that. I don't think GMK missing keys came with Alice spacebars, did it? Doubtful. Doubtful. Yep. Hey, you guys can still see me on screen in the very back here. There's also a time when I got I had mail theft occur to me and I completely lost my you know, Sandstorm, you know, Alice kit. That was a bummer. Yeah, I got much. But part of me wants to just like, I don't know. Sick camera setup, bro. What are we building today, boss? Asmodeus, welcome to the stream. We're a little bit stumped because this, how do I put this? This is a BMEK HHKB Alice that was produced out of group buy. So someone else took the public files and opted to, you know, put something like this together. But the inherent design of this is like, it's tough. There's supposed to be a little detachable, like a tiny detachable blocker. And I'll send this image if you want to see that this second producer did not include. And I knew this going into the buy, and I forgot because I bought this like a month ago. But now I'm trying to figure out what's the solution here. We got right here, I'm like going in and out of exposure. This guy right here is a 275, which is good for filling like the full space, but like I don't have any such sets where I have two matching 275 convex keycaps. So it's like I'd be relegated to using like the 225 as such, and then just having like a big empty space where that blocker is supposed to be. And that's fine, but it's just like, ooh, like it's like, damn, I wished we had something else going on there. So I mean, like, an option is like I can go convex on one side and concave on the other. Fuck it, I feel like that's the best option. Just go full purple. I'm just gonna do that. I think that's the best choice, to be perfectly honest. But now I have to make sure that I have the purple one, the purple 275, which not once have I seen during this stream as I threw out all these keycaps here. Is it in here? I think it might be these. Oh, I think this is it. Let's try this out. By the way, Asmodeus, I ended up picking up one of those the frosted glass. Just FYI. I saw, hey! You picked out who I was. Got the notification was like, yeah! Alright. Alright, let's just... I've had it with, you know, sticking around on this sort of screen for too long. So I think... trying to make sure I'm getting this right. This one needs to be inwards more. So I think I'm moving this guy back to where I had it from before. And I think that this should work out the way we want it to, if we indeed go full purple. Now, what's the truth of the situation? It's still in a way going to look a little funky. You guys will see why. Constantly got to clean up. Just getting BDZ everywhere. Check this out, guys. We're gonna throw this all in. We're gonna pretend like everything is going like super well. Alrighty. Alright. Attempt number, 450. We'll throw this guy down. Get some of these switches on. Let's throw them on the corners first. Alrighty, almost there. So these are the problem spots. Throw on a couple more at this bottom row here, as well as these other stabilized ones as well. I think this is good enough to sort of illustrate what I wanted to be able to show. Just gonna make sure I push all these in properly. Okay, so the idea here is that I'm a right thumb spacebar user, so I'll keep the shift on the left. And then meanwhile, the convex one I throw on the right side. And then I don't have enough of these switches. Grab a couple more. When we go full purple, here's super, alt, and it'll look like this. This is the plan I've got at the end of the day. What y'all think of this? This right here where we end up landing. So now it'll look like basically I have like 3 shifts on this keyboard. Are you a linear or tactile type of guy? I guess I would say linear, but I'm not like I don't know, I'm not married to linear. I used to really think I was, and then I used to really think that I was like, it kind of has switched around on me, to be perfectly honest. Let me see if I could show off this 3-shift setup. Looks good, you think? This is the most uniform that we're gonna get, but then we're gonna get this situation where you have 3 shifts, basically. I really, you know what I really wished? I really wished, and I guess I could still. I might buy another CRP spacebar kit, because I only bought 1, and I'm realizing, man, damn, I should have bought 2, so I could have like 2 matching spacebars. Should I decide to use CRP on like an Alice keyboard like this? Thought I was linear until I tried non-MX tactiles. Life changing. He's seen the light, guys. He's seen the light. So that's the situation. We're gonna throw purple on this here. I hope you guys are all okay with that. I'm gonna dump this all back in here. It's just way too messy. You ask around if anyone lend an extra. Okay, we good? It's solid. I mean it's cool. How do I put it? On one hand, I think it's cool overall. It's not a huge problem. On one hand, I'm not gonna die if I have to spend however much, like 20, 30 bucks or whatever it's shipped. for just an extra spacebar kit. And then on the other hand, I'm not gonna die if I don't have 2 matching spacebars. I mean, like, look, guys. I have a keyboard that looks like this. So, like, I'm pretty much not gonna die if I don't have keys that aren't perfect, you know? Man, there's a fuckload of keycaps. That actually looks cool. Alright, well, thank you. I appreciate that. I think I was just, I think I've been throwing in all of these keycaps into the wrong bag, but at this point, whatever. That's a problem for future Chris to solve. I have 2 mismatched bags. The good old cursed keyboard. My dream keyboard. Cursed. Cursed edition. Alright, let me just go and check. After all that lube that I've wiped off with my fingers, do these stabilized keys still seem good? Yes. The answer to that is yes. It's also yes because I think I'm now behind. It's yes because I'm behind and I did want to finish in the next hour. It might not happen, but I did want to. We're trying to speedrun this board. 2 hours in, all we've done is test stabilizers. We lubed stabilizers and we've tested them. And it's been 2 hours. Be like that sometimes. Big proponent of mixing key sets. Just make sure the colors work together. Guess you could say I'm anti-traditionalist when it comes to older lines of thinking when it comes to keycaps. Yeah, I mean, I think back in the day, mixing was all you could do because there was only so much available. I feel it. I feel it. Come on. Get out there. There you go. All right. Let's fill this baby up. All right. The question is always, do I want to do the VOD method every time? I always feel like it never hurts to do it, except when you're on a time crunch like I am. But even then, I'd rather get the board right first, like the very first time. Start from the inside out. Can't wait this hobby until this hobby community starts exploring different fonts with the legends. How about that? I feel like it kind of has happened. I'm a big fan of, like, you know, the cherry legending. I think it's like, it's good. It looks good to me. So I'm like pretty cool with it. When it comes to experimenting with others, it's like I wonder how I'll react before I say, like, I'm cool with just sticking with cherry. Starting to mod legends symbols. I'm liking what I'm seeing. Alright, I guess we're not going to be doing any sort of CRP hype tonight. Because I think the best coloring option we have right now is for me to have 3 shifts on one keyboard. Huh. For those just tuning in, building here this BMEK HHKB out of group by a second producer using the public files. This build contains these Mauve switches I tuned yesterday evening, big long stream. Oof. Pin bent. Got a brass plate on here. Feel like a lot of folks against brass, but hey, it's an option. Here we are. It was the option that was available. Brass, gas, to be honest. I don't know, I feel like all options are chill. I don't use anything else. Every option is chill. All I can say is that plastic materials, they're just like harder to actually mount switches into, in my opinion. They're just like, it's more difficult. But at the end of the day, it's all fine. Perfectly honest, the only thing I personally take issue with is half plates. I remember the very first time I heard of a half plate was like 2013, when an OTD keyboard called the Cheat came out with one, and I was so interested, and I ended up never actually trying one until like this time last year, and I tried it. Actually, maybe even more recently than that. Maybe it was that Polaris I built a couple months ago. But anyways, I finally tried a half plate, and I'm like, I like full plates. What are the criticisms for brass? I guess people find it to be too stiff, too solid. But I don't know. It doesn't matter to me. All that matters to me is the layout. Alright. Let's go and inspect. Also, guys, I've just realized as well, I totally forgot to test the PCB, so... Hooray me. Okay, there's a few keys that pins are bent. I think sometimes you just gotta not test the PCB and then just trust that everything's okay. Now this fool keeps bending. Come on, man. I'm just gonna switch it. Alright, eagle eyes. It's eagle eye time. That one is a little bit bent. This one I actually think would work, but I don't want to have it look like this. Eagle eyes. That motherfucker, how many of these have I bent? A lot. I guess the answer is a lot. Hey yo, ass mode. Oh my god. How many? A lot, a lot. Wow, it's like 2 in a row. Jeez, good lord. Everything's so tight. All right, you know what? I want to use? I want to use this Gateron one. It's just so damn tight. Ass mode. Stupidly enough, I pulled that whole thing out just for this to be like one of the last ones. This one right here. Come on, man. No! Did I ruin this? I think I ruined it. That whole thing ripped open. Good lord. What a disaster. Damn. Can y'all believe this? This thing's stuck. Y'all can't see this, but look at what I've done here. I tore this open trying to pull it out with this Gateron puller. So we're gonna call that one a wash. Alright. So every single one of these guys is bent. Oops. All right, real good. I'm just taking some longer pliers and just like trying to straighten out these bent pins. Like that's the best option. When I can, at least. Crazy how all these bent. I'm actually surprised that this doesn't happen more often, but this happened like crazy on this build. Beg for Greg. welcome to the stream. Yes, guys, bits and subs I send to the San Francisco Marin Food Bank. So if anyone's interested in supporting my channel, getting that emote, just know that your money is going to an organization that I personally believe in. I am supposed to... I was trying to submit my next couple of emotes to Twitch prior to stream, but it proved to be a longer task than I anticipated, so that will happen soon, just not right away. So by non-GB, do you mean just custom? Yeah. There's a fella who had this made from the public files, and then put it up for sale, you know, with permission out of respect for the original designer. All right, checking again. Did I push any in that has rebent? The answer is yes. This guy right here, yet again. Damn, part of me thinks this guy doesn't really work. Yeah, I thought about getting it manued. Let's see. You know, I have a personal, honest opinion. This is almost the perfect keyboard. Almost the keyword. If it were up to me, there would be no left side macro column. And my goal is to one day produce a version of a Ergo HHKB layout board that does not have any left side macros, but does retain the proper bottom side blockers. Just throwing that out there. But I think this is as close as it gets. So this is what has raised my, interest to the point where I wanted to purchase one. Even if it was like sort of kind of custom manued. Yeah. I think the same. Thing is, I guess one issue is that I have no personal experience with like designing like an actual keyboard when it comes to like cases or PCBs. So it's like I feel like it'd have to be like pretty different. I think it would be pretty, like, I don't know. You probably use these files like to loosely base around it. I guess, I don't know. But you'd have to kind of change a lot to get rid of a whole damn column. Whoa. Okay, whoa, wait. I almost heard that. It got really quiet. Give it a second, guys. We got Alex. Alex, are you there? Oh, he just disappeared. He came on to say some crazy shit that I don't think my audio was quite set up for anyone here to actually listen to. I apologize, guys. Kind of like the side macros. Maybe you'll kind of like having some extra options on the side. My muscle memory likes like the leftmost side being where escape is. And I recognize you can also just like, remap the top leftmost macro to escape, but it's different. It's just a little different. But you know what? Again, like I was saying, this is as close as it gets. So we're going to go and try to, learn to be a little comfortable with it. I think at this stage I have all of the pins actually going through now with no bent ones, as far as I can tell. Trying to use my eagle eyes right now. I got eagle eyes. I got the eyes of an eagle. All right, I think we're good. Very cool, very cool. Toss this all to the side. Got a lot of junky stuff here. The eyes of a dead eagle. Shoot, it literally has just occurred to me. Give me 1 second while I try to figure something out. Thank God. 4. Wow, perfect. I have exactly 4 left over, which I need these 4 for a separate little thing I'm gonna do. I'll ask where my keys are when I'm holding. Ooh, so perfect. So perfect that I got 4 extra. Could it be any more perfect? I probably ruined the housing of one. Actually, did I? Yes, I ruined the housing of one, but that's fine. I just need the stems. Ugh. Let me see how retrievable this is. I definitely ruined this housing. Very cool. Very cool. All right. All right, let's get to it, guys. I got a lot of junk on my desk. That's the truth. I got this Edson Loner 2020 iron here. Heats up pretty damn quickly. Take a little sip of water here. Oh, what a satisfying sip. By the way, begged for Greg 7 minutes ago. Thank you for that follow. Appreciate it. All right, that should be heated up now. I got my little fan here set up just prior to stream. All right, let's go and get it. All right, the fan's gonna go on. I'll keep my talking to a minimum, but when I do talk, I may come in a little scratchier than usual. It's because, you know, I've got the gate, but it's just how it goes. I guess people like predictions or something, right? So, I guess I'll just throw on a quick prediction. Oh, why the hell not? Start prediction. Soldering speed 66 switches, something like 66-ish. 12 minutes or under, over 12 minutes. Let's go with 12. Guys, I'm not personally optimistic. Actually, you know what? Let's increase it because I'm gonna like woden this, I guess. Let's go with like 20. Yeah, let's go 20. Let's go 22. All All right, we'll run it for 5 minutes, but I'm gonna get started in like 30 seconds. So you guys can figure this out as I go. So we're gonna get started. My clock is at 1:19, and we're gonna start at 1:19:30. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whoops, I wasn't supposed to do that, was I? I think I'm also going on the wrong one. .22 would be 1:41:30 on my clock. I think that one that I already did is probably fine. Hey Kiyomi, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Hope your evening is going well. Doing good, doing real good. We've been trying to speed run this build, which has not happened by any stretch. We are 2:20 in, and I'm just getting to soldering. We had to kind of learn a few things about this board. Oh, this one's gonna definitely need to be adjusted. I'm gonna do that right now. So we're writing a prediction on whether this will take me 22 minutes. You know, that being the sort of cutoff here, which I recognize is kind of long, but we're wodaning this, and I can already definitely see some that need it. Ah, shit! Like this one, I can just push in even before we get anywhere. I think. There we go. Shouts out, Q. I've dropped by your stream a couple times. I have to see more creators coming by. It's been cool. I think this one might need to be also. Well, we are right now. We're about 4-ish minutes in. I think. Almost 5? I think we're at about almost 5 in. Just supposed to finish by 1:41:30. You know, it was a real game changer changing to a thicker tip. Nice little chisel tip. For years and years I've been using like a finer tip, which makes no sense. I think that this thicker tip is like key to speed. But also then on the other hand, I'm still not quite that quick. And again, having to go through and basically visit each switch twice and do a little push through is also kind of what gives me pause on how quickly I'll finish this. We are about halfway, you know, I guess it would be a quarter through, and we have used about 5 minutes of time, or now over 6 minutes of time. So I think the 22-minute estimate might actually be not that inaccurate. Also, for those just tuning in, I also forgot to test this PCB. So let's just hope it works. If it doesn't, it's cool. I've also recently upgraded my desoldering station from an FR series to an FM series. A full station instead of just a gun. So it's actually like crazy enjoyable to desolder now. Crazy. Well, clearly you live dangerously. We're at the, what, 8-minute mark? The push through is important. An important step. Might be it for that row. Are we on the last row? I guess we're on the last row, which has fewer keys. Alrighty. Just about wraps up my first stretch into this. So I guess what I'll do now is just touch the iron to each individual one while just pressing really hard on the other side of this. And seeing if there's any tangible difference. Now I say I've covered the worst, most egregious offenders to begin with, but might as well just kind of like, you know, still do our due diligence. Ah. I might want to start from the other side because I'm like kind of burning my right thumb right now. Me being a left-handed guy, going from right to left is I don't know if it's any good. This is the silly one where I started on the left. And then I have that one on the very top left corner that I accidentally just soldered both joints to already. But I think it's probably fine. I kind of just looked at it and assessed that it's probably okay. I say this looks decent right now. Let's continue along. Alright, where are we at? We just hit the 10-minute mark. I got about 12 minutes left here. Can I beat it? It's a race against the clock. I did it again where I went from right to left. It's kind of mindless. Whew. Ew. Oh, if I didn't already mention it, Keone, thank you for the follow 9 minutes ago. Right around the time I started this whole soldering job here. Yeah. I think I just burned some plastic off one of these legs. This one feels like it needs to be pushed in for sure. I think I've gotten it. Let me check that. Yeah, I think we're good now. That one was a good double check there. That's why we do it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I feel like these two guys also worth trying to push in. What's going on here? Oh yeah, these two definitely need some work. I like side by side too. I think that's what's gonna make these really hard. Oh boy. I don't know about these. I have kind of gotten the feeling here that maybe I haven't pushed these in properly. I see like a bit of gappiness. Quite a bit. Whew. I don't know about this 22-minute thing. I got about 7 minutes left. I got 7 minutes left and I see a lot of gaps, kind of a lot. And I don't know, maybe it's okay, but like kind of bothers me a little bit. Ooh, that one I felt like a real push there. That was like a legit push. I'm gonna need more of that. It's like I see two really, really bad ones and I'm just like, is this only like the ones that I see? And maybe, I guess another question I have is, how much would it really, really matter, given that I am building on brass? Like, if there's like a little unevenness, the slightest unevenness of like how the switches kind of bring together the plate and the PCB, is it so noticeable? I mean, I guess the distribution like of where the PCB lies in relation to like how it sits in the case could technically make some type of difference. Also, another thing is, I'm not sure if I'm just imagining shit, cause this particular PCB, like the other side of it at least, I'm not sure if it's like, you can really notice it on this side, but the other side of it at least is like pretty like reflective. It's like maybe it's like not gappy and I'm just like imagining it. I don't know. Crazy. Not quite certain. All the rest of these seem good. Let's go through and be certain here. Ooh, we got like 4 minutes left. I don't think I'm gonna make it, guys. I think the health of this keyboard is more important than me calling it finished. This is hard to tell. It's hard to tell, like, trying to look at it from the side to see how much these little, like, side legs stick out and come through. There were some that, whoa, there were some that were pretty egregiously bad at some points. We've addressed the really, really bad ones, but I think otherwise we're, like, good. Alright. I'm just gonna poke around one more time again, just to kinda try to see if there's much more we can do. I'm gonna guess that they're like okay enough. I think we're good. All right. 2.5 minutes. Can we rock it? That is the question. Ah. Oops. Go, go, go. Oh no. We ain't making this. There's way too many joints left. Also, I'm realizing that, like, my clock, like, because I didn't set, like, a visible timer, you guys can't really see. So, oops. I know my timer. I have all of 50 seconds left. Oh no. Oh no. Guys, I have officially failed you. The clock has just run over 1:40, I still got about 3 rows of single pins left. My apologies. Especially you guys thought it would have been an easy thing. Which is why I kind of left so much time as a buffer. I know some folks solder a lot more quickly, but I like to be a little bit more certain about my builds. I'm not actually sure if anyone even really voted, so. One of the saddest things was I ran a prediction for a type test a long while back, and I think everyone believed and not a single person doubted, and I lost. And I'd never seen what would happen on Twitch if that happens, and it says there's a little message that literally tells you no one thought this would happen, and then everyone's points go into like the abyss of Twitch. No one wins it and everyone just loses. I guess that means like Twitch wins, because that means in order for those folks to recover their channel points, they'd have to just sit and watch more and kind of have to deal with more ads. So Twitch is a real winner there. Or or they move to another channel, in which case they'll also watch more ads. done. All right. Thus concludes the what appears to be 25-minute solder job. All right. Let's test it out. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. As mentioned earlier, everybody, thank you for being here. Watching this, what was once an attempt to go quickly, turned into something extremely slow. Ooh. Got these lights that popped in. Shit. Well, what is it? Alrighty. We go here now. I still have that window in the back saying we got VIA, but let's try this out. Does any of this register? Oh, wait a second. I was not on the key tester. Okay. I like that. I like that it's already flashed to what I want it to be. Left control, perfect. Left shift, alrighty. Oh, interesting. That is right control that you put there. Interesting. Alright, let's check the arrow keys. Oh, that's mute. Oh, he got fancy with this, didn't he? Alrighty. Let's check this out. Let's change this to right win. Let's go to layer 1. Ooh, that's weird. You're a weird one for this one, having this flashed in like this. Up. Left, right, down. Oh, I always got to look at here. Welcome. Shit, I gotta Google HHKB because I always I never remember exactly where the positioning is of all this stuff because it's like I just know it. I just know it, but I don't know it. Like my muscle memory knows where it is. Whoops. Open image in a new tab. So here we go. So what are these? Oh, these are like straight. You know what I'm gonna do? Escape. Tab. Left control. I feel like this is not gonna amount to something that actually works out for me, but we're just gonna try it. We're gonna go with something that looks like that. Okay. Caps lock. Let's go with media. Volume down, up, mute, eject. nothing. Then we got star slash home page up, and we're good there. This is like a toggle. You know, I'm just gonna end up putting arrows there. N is plus minus. We got end and page down. I think we're good otherwise. Looks good to me. What y'all thinking? Sophia question, can you have a key be dedicated for switching to different layouts / layers on boards? Yeah, I mean, like, to my, like, I'll be honest, I only ever use VIA to make sure that my keyboards are an HHKB layout. So it's like, all I know is that, like, this MO1 button is literally the second layer that refers to the one layer. Given that everything starts on the 0 layer. So everything should now be the way that I expect it to be. Home end. Yep. Caps lock. Yep. And there you go. There you have it. All right. Provided that everything is okay, I think the solution now is to get this guy out of the way. Because all this guy does is just make sure that whatever dirt is on here gets onto my keyboard cases. And I guess the shitty part is that I've already actually put the keyboard face down, like the top case face down on this, but we'll just pretend like that part of the stream didn't happen. All right, moving this guy. Gotcha, I just have a 40% PCB that will have a knob on it. I thought it would be neat having the knob button be able to switch back and forth between typing mode and game mode. Oh, that's interesting. I, like, personally me, I'm not super big into, like, knobs just because I'm into HHKB layout boards, and it's like, I have not seen any such keyboard that implements a knob on an HHKB layout, nor can I imagine that one would be done so gracefully. But I can understand that knobs are super trendy. Knobs are super trendy, so like I kind of get it. It's like, oh, like I imagine, yeah, they could be super useful for like volume and stuff and anything, volume and anything. Oh, let's go back to overhead. Okay, I'm honestly trying to figure out where this last one goes. I don't really know. I think it goes here. Shit, there's one more. Jeez. Guessing it goes here. Would you look at that? Alrighty. bottom portion now. Just size up one. I had an idea for using knob for certain analog mechanics in computer games like lockpicking in Skyrim. That's like charming. That's very charming. What else could you use a knob for? I guess if you're using VR for adult purposes, you could use a knob for, I don't know, never mind. I love my immersion. All right, what else? Let's add on these feet. I got 5 feet for the 4 slots. Use the knob as a knob. How intense can you handle it, darling? Real good, real good. Alrighty. And there we go. So there's that. Now let's go back to what we spent so much time on. Look at that flex, guys. Isn't that some sick flex? Can you believe how much flex brass has? It's crazy. Just in time. Beg for Greg, welcome back. Look at the crazy amount of flex on this brass plate. Oh my gosh. I never had a board so flexy. DFGJK. Wait, ASDFGHJK. Alright, here's 1B. Hell yeah. Oh, nice. There's no step control, so I just I guessed that right. Well, there was no guessing. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9. I was kind of hoping that I'd do some kind of TYUIO CRP branded something today, but obviously that didn't happen. With that said, I'm not hating this so far. I'm curious to see where it goes. This VOCs, yeah. VOC with a violet alphas, yeah. Fortunately, I don't think I have very many purple artisans in MX. Whoa, I need other Alice B. What else I need? Shit. Well, the hunt is on. This looks like R2 escape. It's like, oh shit, there's some weird shit in there. Oh man, I got keycaps everywhere. VOC, one of the cleanest sets. Clean. Unfortunately, I've made a mess of this yet. I now have to go search far and wide to figure out where this other Alice B is, because I'm realizing I never threw this onto an Alice previously. And on top of that, I think I've just mixed up all of my keycaps, like all the kitting. You know, because I'm such a brilliant genius. Well, the hunt. It's on. 2275 bars, yep, because without the 2275 bars, there's a tiny gap left, or like, you know, to the right of this left space bar. That is meant to be for a separated, like, detachable blocker that was part of the original buy. Now this was not a part of the original buy. This was a custom manufactured by a separate person using the public files. So this is not really an original BMEK. This is a Reborn 1 BMEK. And the Reborn 1 BMEKs, he did not produce this little detachable blocker. I guess, presumably because his intent was to do something like 2275, but I didn't think about that in advance, so I have no such... Personally, I have no such matching bars, equal sizes, so... I have equal bars, but like, it's just like, do I throw in a white one? That seems a little strange, right? Do I throw in some other ones, just that I have in the cupboard? I don't know. All right, we've laid out, I've tried flipping over every single one of these guys, and I do not see B. Where is the second B? Gotta find it. Gotta find it. That is an insert key. Alice B, where are you? I don't see you. I see this B. You know, I'm now left to wonder, did they produce a Violet Alpha for VOC? Like a second B for Violet. And I'm left to now wonder that. There might not be two Bs, yeah, like for VOC. I'm realizing that now. Purple Alphas. I see one B. I only see one B. That explains that. There is no second B. Well, that's a bummer. Was there a second B in base kit? I'm guessing probably not. Interesting. Yeah, there really was no second B, even in base or anything else. Well, that's a bummer. Huh. Yeah, 00. I guess we're going 00. What do you guys normally... Do you guys usually put the B on the right and the 00 on the left, or do you usually flip that? Old set Alice wasn't too popular. Yeah, that makes sense. Unfortunately, that makes sense. All right, let me try to reorganize my little baggies here. Okay, so there's, I got one escape. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I gotta clean all this up. That's what I gotta do. Let's try this out. Turn off my soldering iron first. Escape. We got control. We got convex 1 unit. We got shift. Gotta find all my other junk here. Escape. I'm just like looking at this right now. Just trying to match this up. And I got it in this corner. So as much as I've just messed every single possible thing up, I gotta reorganize all of it. So there's shift. This is something. I'm guessing this. I can just assume that that's what that is. Because what else am I gonna do? Tab. There's another tab. Gotta get those 2 tiny enters. Here's another tiny shift. I'm guessing that's weird. I got 2 of them, but all right. That's cool. Whatever. I'm not tripping over that. That's not super weird or anything. Okay, here's another shift. Control. Here's back. Oh, there's many tabs, huh? There's 3 tabs. Wow. This is a huge challenge. Okay, here's another enter. I'm like, why am I cleaning this up now? I know you guys are probably all dying for a typing test or something, but I'm just like, will I be able to live with myself here if I try to get through all this without figuring out where all these keys are? I need that really tiny enter. Where's that tiny enter key? I think that might be the last one. I use B with left hand, so left side. Use a 1U spacebar. Looks more natural. Really went all in on the music. This convinced me that the keycaps are best kept organized. I'm here for the build process more so no worries for me. Okay, right on. Thank you guys for being patient with me. I appreciate. We're gonna find this enter key. We're gonna do it. Where did you run off to? Damn, I'm tripping super hard. Keycaps best left organized? What kind of blasphemy is that? Is this it? Shit. I think this is it. Alright, here's another one. Gotta get one of these guys. Do these 2 guys match? Yes. Looks like I need another 1U alt. 1U alt, where are you? Man, these guys are like, I'm like looking real hard and I feel like I'm just getting tricked constantly. It's not already here, is it? I got those 3 guys. I got these 5 guys. These 6 guys. These 2. Yeah, I'm just missing the 1U alt. And once we find it, we can call that a kit. Where are you? Oh. Think that's it? Think that's it. Okay. That's a kit, guys. There. That's how you organize it, Frank. I like putting them in baggies I'm not going to sell anyways. Keeping all my GMK sets in their boxes. I mean, the boxes are kind of garbo. So, you know, good luck. Alright. I guess I can organize these guys. So I have 12. I mean, I'm using most of them already. F9. Do I want to do this? You know what? Like, forget it. I organized the 40s. I'll organize the purple or like the violet alphas another time. Fuck it. All right. A little more to go here. I got my escape in a little tiny baggie. Still better than searching through a sea of keycaps for an hour. No, that's king, man. That's king. All right, let me go. I'll go and find some resin for the resin boys. That's what you guys want. What we got? MX. I guess one curious thing is, what are these? Like, I'm wondering if I even have different profile. I don't think I really do. It's like, I don't think I have like, I mean, obviously I have a top row. Maybe these actually are. Give me a second, guys. Y'all can see me in the background, right? Just trying to do a little investigation for y'all. So I think I actually have something real ridiculous that might work. I got gamer caps, and one of them is a different like shape or a different shade of color. Shit, this one's taupe. Like, that actually works, except I don't have one in the bottom row. That's dope. The problem is I got this one in a different color, but it's taupe. So oops. I mean, I guess I could just throw in, I have another, you know, I have like others. I mean, I have another. It's like a gamer set. So it's just like, I mean, this one doesn't match now. Because I think these two are the same. So it's like this one will kind of angle upwards a little bit, but whatever. Looks great from the top-down view. All right. All right, guys. What some of y'all have been waiting for. Not all of you, but some of you. Here's what we're gonna do. I gotta swing this microphone over. The moment we've all been waiting for. Is there more coming out of here now? Let me see. Test. Yep. All right. Okay. We good. Tonight's main event. Is there any of you guys want some color scheme on here? It's like I can't really see very well due to this giant thing that's in my way. It's like this huge ass thing is in my way. All right. There you go with these color schemes. I need some purple. Give me a second. Oh, hey, there is a VOC theme. Alright, guys. Here we are. Guess we'll do another prediction here. Oh shit. Why did that fucking... Why does that happen? Choose outcome. The outcome was over 22 minutes. Prediction result is over 22 minutes. I don't think anyone even voted. So I was like, see details. Ooh. Over 22 minutes won with a whopping 0 points invested. All right. All right, we'll go with shit. I haven't done Alice in a while, so I guess we'll go with like, let's go with 122. All right, 2 minutes. 2 minutes, guys. Probably need to shift over so I can see the screen a little bit better. Look at this mess I've made yet again. A believer? We got a believer in the building. My only question is, but why? We are 3 hours and 18 minutes in. It's about 2:19, meaning I guess I started at around 11. for folks who just want to take a look and see what we got here. This is the board we have built. It is a reborn BMEK with mauve switches on a brass plate, VOC with violet alphas, two 275 shifts, one of which is convex and the other one which is a shift. And I don't remember what the theme was, but this is a Brocaps gamer set on the macro. All right, coming to a close here. All right, it looks like there's a chance here. I don't think anyone voted the other side, so you may just lose your points to nobody. Just FYI. Okay. Wow. Yep. Alrighty. You guys ready? Can you guys hear? Okay, just before I get started, can you guys hear this okay? Can you guys hear this okay? Cool. All right. Let's get it. Oh my god. Okay, hold up. What is happening here? Oh no. Oh shit. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Oh shit. That's my bad. I didn't share the screen. Okay, wait. That doesn't count. That doesn't count. You guys don't see what I got. Wait, no one saw anything. No one saw anything, so it didn't happen. No one saw anything. It didn't happen. Also, we're going to need to change the themes because this is just way too dark. Like, it's like purple on purple. Look at this. Look at this. It's like dark purple on top of darker purple. It's like kind of messing me up here. So let's go future funk. It's not really violet, but at least I can see. You can change font options so white is upcoming word. No, we're good. Okay. All right. You guys never saw what I just did, so it never happened. All right. The prediction from earlier is still on. All right, ready? Let's go. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Alright. Not gonna lie, this was worse than the thing you didn't see. Uh, sorry about that, Frank. My apologies for you losing your points to the abyss. All right. Wait for it, guys. Wait for it, guys. The little prediction that comes to say, no one thought this would happen. You guys seeing this? Wow. Splunkpunk, the board sounds good though. Hey, cool. Awesome. Alright, guys. Sounds like a keyboard. It definitely sounds like a keyboard. Alright, guys. You know what it's time for? It is time for my typical things I do after monkey type. Let's get it. Fuck me. Oh my god. What the? Why did I switch over? Mr. Speaker. This was stressing me out. I'll take Dark Souls over this or Resident Evil 8. Is that you have to type in this like pattern that's really unnatural. Like the rhythm is just like really bad. Okay. The last thing requires me to boot up another machine. Your eyes have to be in two places at once? Yup. Yup. Alrighty. Alrighty. No music playing right now. We're getting started up here. I got another machine to get on. Last thing of the night. Sometimes it takes long, sometimes it does not. Getting set up. Give me some moments here. Partially cleaning my station up. Get this out of the way. We don't need to see this all stream, do we? My goodness, no. Alrighty. Let's see. Let me make sure we're doing the right thing. The answer to that is we are not doing the right thing. I gotta do a little setup. Pardon the wait. Four. Oh no. Avert. Sorry guys. Little tiny delay. looking for. Here we go. The sound of bunched up keycaps. Yep. Just as I kind of like I'm mousing all over it because I use a wired mouse. Okay, guys. Guess this doesn't get larger, does it? Okay. What do we do? This how does this work? Mount DC games. Yes, D LS. Shit, what is it? Dir CDTT5. I gotta turn this down a tiny bit because it's always so damn loud whenever I bring it in. J Ducky. By the way, welcome. Alright, continuing along. Is today May 28th, 2012? 1912? Alright. You guys ready? Let me know if the sound is coming in okay. Is that O? Woo! Woo! Okay. We good, we good. Can we break 100K? That's the question. Ooh, if you guys, Frank, if you want to set up that, that prediction, feel free. Shit. Drake! Drake? For this game, I don't know. I don't want to lose more points. Hey, I'm already at 10K. You gotta believe. Anime! Wow. They actually had anime as a word here in like 1985. Oh. Crushing it. Crushing it. I'm a lot better at this than Monkey Type, that's for sure. 577. A raid as a verb. What is that? Benzoazarine? That word that I'm constantly having to type. Swindled around equal dining room. And gobe. Well, I'm saving the town right now. Saving the town so good. Ooh, trying to be tricky. Oh my god, there's actually a full goddamn SSN. Number 205498312. Woo! Woo! Suddenly throwing out medical terms and dragon. Alright, guys. We're gonna do it. I'll set it up. I'll set up the prediction. Alright, we'll put it at 2 minutes. Alright. Let's get it. Oh my god. Oh, you guys are actually throwing all your points on this game, huh? Dragstone. Snowplow. Oh god. What the fuck is a burbot? Oh my god. Oh no. Oh my god, this got so hard. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That got crazy hard, crazy quick. Oh, I'm not gonna do that shit. Lister. Ooh. Ooh, halfway there. Oh god. Oh, we're skipping that one. No! No! Oh god. Oh my god. Oh. Ooh. Prosperous. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Goodbye my points. Hey. I'm still gaining points per round, alright? Ooh. Ooh. Also, check this out. The lights are purple. Oh, you guys can't see. Shit. Hold up. Oh. Wrong face. Alright. The lights right here are purple. Oh god. Ah, fuck me. Oh my god. Oh my god. Fucus. No! Eight, 7, 4, 3. Oh my god. Oh, my eyes. My eyes. Oh my god. Oh my god, guys. Oh. It's all coming down one column. 351 5535. Oh. Oh! Oh, we live another day. We live another day. Oh, oh, oh. Fuck, shit. Oh no. Oh, I got third place. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it turns out I've only gotten 100,000 once, and that was basically 5 months ago. I beat Alan Lee though. Alan Lee's bitch ass. My apologies. I think I need to lower that threshold. Maybe I need to go like, will I break 85K? Because that's the last one I've done just now. Sorry, Frank. Okay. Oh man, I'm all jittery right now. Guys, that just about does it. The BMEK HHKB second producer custom manufacturer. With many failures in predictions, many failures in just sort of overall build, but hey, we finished. We got here. Blue on the macro column, VOC on the alphas, Mauve switches, brass plate, all that. Let's check to see who's online. We got a few folks on. I got G on. I've never rated G on before, but there's also Zaniard, Two Moons. There's a few folks on right now. Let me see if there's anybody that I have not seen before. Let's see. Does anyone know anything about that keyboard girl? I don't think I've ever met that keyboard girl. Guess she might be working on some, like a little lubing situation. Heard of her? All right. I say let's do it. I've never met this person before, so. Cool. All right. Guys, everybody, thank you for being here tonight. That's it for this week. Probably going to be back on Tuesday for some Splatoon. Nope, sorry I'm being quiet. I'm cleaning up my Twitter. Too many retweets. Right on. Okay, a couple things. Anybody who's not already on the Discord and wants to join for updates, notifications, discussions, all that. Exclusive content. I got to post more of it. Feel free to hop into that. A couple more things. If anybody has any photo film that they are interested in getting developed or scanned, or if you know anybody who does, let them know. I got this service here for you. Competitive pricing, all that. Check out that link for more details. I start at $2 a roll, which I think is real good compared to some other options out there. So check it out if y'all want. And also, finally, bits and subs. When you subscribe or send any bits or donations, I send that to the San Francisco Marine Food Bank. But if you want to drop in any donations, check out that link as well. All right, guys. Till next week. We got Splatoon on Tuesday. Splatoon. Good night from San Francisco. We are going to be rating that keyboard girl. Good night, guys.